Hi, my amazing King Charming. Happy anniversary, darling. This is our second anniversary, and I'm really excited because this is probably a milestone in our relationship. I don't think that any of your other relationships have lasted this long. So once we get into 2 years and 1 day, that's a pretty big deal. Because then it would be your longest relationship. And I'm really happy because I feel so complete with you, and I feel like I'm walking on air. I feel this constant feeling of bliss all the time. And it's funny because you had said that it's so easy to make me laugh. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm the most luckiest, blessed woman in the world. Of course, it's going to be easy to make me smile. I think we've come such a long way from where we first started. When we first got together, it was this feeling of we belong together. I know I have this very strong feeling about you. I feel like you're the one. It was just like two souls meeting to make one soul, and it was just perfect. And that feeling never went away. It just got stronger and stronger, and through each and every month we learned something different about each other. And it's like it might be a roller coaster of sometimes we have downtimes, sometimes we're floating on air, sometimes we're just, steady. But we've had less and less hard times and more blissful times, I find, even though there was a couple of occasions where we had some really, really hard times. But I think a lot of those were just learning mistakes. We've gotten to a point where we have opened up completely to each other. Like me, I have no secrets, nothing hiding from you. You know everything about me. You know the inside, outside. You've seen me not all dressed up. You've seen me dressed up. I just feel like if a man could look into my soul and see me as I am, not my looks, not my voice, not my money or anything like this, me. You see that, and no one else has. And I think that's part of being a soulmate, is that you were able to look at me and see not just my potential, but you see me as me. And you see me as a part of you. And just like I see you as a part of me, I look in the mirror and I might see you there, standing right next to me, or even in me. I might see a bit of you in me looking back at me in that mirror, because we are twin soulmates, or as I recently found out, twin flame soulmates, which means it's even closer than soulmates. It's one soul that was ripped apart in a different lifetime, and then in this lifetime found each other again to make a whole soul. So I guess before, whenever I didn't know much about love, I always thought "you complete me" was so cliche, because I was like, people use the word love way too much. They use the word soulmate way too much. There's no such thing as soulmates. I may have believed in true love, but never could understand it because I never felt it for anyone. But little did I knew, I always felt it for someone. I just needed him to come along to show me that, and that was you. And because I always used to talk to you, as strange as it sounds, I used to chalk up the stars and think if you were thinking about me, or every birthday since I was 13, I would blow out my candle and wish for you to come and find me and wish that you'd hear me. And that happened when I was 14. Yes, I made mistakes. When I was 14 and 15, good Lord, all the mistakes I made. And Demona did not help. She just went crazy in that time. And I look back on it now and think, what was I thinking? I kept on hoping that each man I'd see was the one. Even though I didn't love them, I may have told them the L word, even though I didn't mean it. It wasn't until I met you that I realized what true love is, what real love is. And I know the difference now. Before it was so dull. Before it was like, I always said the metaphor this way. It was always like I was drinking water, and then whenever I met you, it was like drinking milk from bliss, milk from heaven. You know, it was drinking the most perfect liquid in the world that makes you feel complete inside, that gives you hope again, that gives you wings. And that has been you, darling. You have always been there to lift me up. You've always been there. For the past 2 years, you've been always just bringing me up, never bringing me down. And I think that we complement each other so well in that way, because even though I have my down times, I'm usually a very spunky, chipper personality. That's bubbly part of me. And you have a bubbly side too, even though sometimes you can be serious, just like I can be serious. But the both of us complement each other very, very well, because we're so alike in that way. And it's like, oh my goodness, you like that too? Oh my god! You know, it's just, our playful side is so much fun, and it's just, we fit so perfectly together. And these past 2 years have been the best in my whole life, and I can't wait for more. And I'm going to spend not just the rest of my life, but forever with you, because I'm just that in love. And sometimes I say I'm too much in love because you affect my emotions so much. We can have a misunderstanding and I'll just break down and be like, you know, it's like the end of the world if I displease you or make you sad, because, you know, your emotions affect my emotions. And, you know, it's that twin soulmate thing. And, that's why I'm always striving to make you happy. I'm always striving to spoil you, because you deserve it. You're the most wonderful, perfect man. I know you say I'm not perfect, but I find you perfect, because I have met douchebags. I have met jerks before, and you're not a jerk. You're a gentleman. You're kind. You're sweethearted. You are the otherworldly. That's the best way I can put it, otherworldly. Because you're not of this world. You are, I know technically you're human, but you're human from a long time ago. You're my immortal prince. Even though I say you're my King Charming. Have you ever had that moment where you're like, I want to tell you how much you mean to me, but you just can't find the words? That's one of those moments. When I bare my soul to you, and I'm terrified that that'll be the moment where you're like, I'm done. It's so much easier just to find someone else in your town or whatever. But you never do. And whenever I feel like I'm losing hope, or I feel like I'm failing, you're there to help me up. You're there to bring me up and let me know that we're in this together. There is no I in team. There's just us. We're a team, and we're going to make it in this very difficult world. We're going to make it even though we have challenges that seem to want to tear us apart, like your exes, which I'm not going to talk about that because I promised I wouldn't, but, you know, distance, exes, just this, that, parents, whatever. We're going to peep this thing. We're going to beat everybody, and we're just going to stick together, and we are going to have our dream. And even if the world goes bloody, if the world turns to war and disaster, we are going to be there for each other. I am going to be there for you. We're going to have our happily ever after, because that is the dream that we both want, and we're going to fight for it, and I'm going to fight for you. Just like I know you're going to fight for me. That's the way it's always going to be. I'm always going to have your back, and you're always going to have mine. And we're soulmates. We're in this together. And I look forward to many, many more anniversaries with you, my love. Never, ever forget how much you mean to me, how much you always mean to me. And I will be forever, forever your faithful, sweet, loving, submissive, selfless, ardent wife. So, to end this video, happy anniversary, my King Charming, which I will bow to you, because you deserve it. I love and adore, I love, adore, and worship you, my amazing King Charming. Never forget that all of me, am yours. I belong to you. Good night, my true love.
Hey sweetheart, I'm making this video because you obviously know it's our anniversary tomorrow, since today's the 16th. I'm sorry I've been so busy. I couldn't do it on the 10th and all the rest of that. You know, I've been so busy from the time I found out that I was going to be moving, which was probably the 7th or the 6th probably, to now. I've been so busy with moving. I have everything in my room now. I just haven't been able to unpack it all. I think Allie warned you that I was gonna be possibly on today, but she said if I wasn't, because I'm still unpacking things, which is true. I am still unpacking things. Anyways, sweetheart, tomorrow will be our anniversary. I'm doing this video for tomorrow. But if you can try to put it together by tomorrow and then send it tomorrow with yours. It's up to you, sweetie. You're really good at that. There's a couple things I found from my childhood I want to show you. See, the thing is I'm the type of honest man, and you already know this about me. I'm the type of honest man where when I find things of my past that I never thought I'd ever see again. See, the thing is, my closest woman I ever was with that was in person, you know, as a girlfriend type of deal, the closest one I ever was with, my dad hated when me and her would be together because we would defy my dad. We would defy my dad. That's the reason why I always mentioned with you, I was going to be double trouble as a couple. We'll be double trouble. That's the reason I said that before, because it's true. I was already a troublemaker when I was in love in teenage years with that one person. It only lasted a couple of years, as you know. But thing is that I was brought back today when I was looking into one of my old journals. I have like 3 of them. Anyways, I was brought back today on the day, either it was the day of that I realized that she was not messaging me anymore by letters. Remember, baby, this is back when I was 15 to 16 years old. We were sending letters to each other. See, I'm not this type of man where I'm willing to talk about this stuff with you. I don't feel uncomfortable with it. Because I know you're the one. I've been able to talk about any of my exes towards you. You don't get jealous. You don't get anything. You might get protective of me. You're like, okay, baby, let's just hope that person never shows up because she's not going to like it if I see her face, for example. Something like that I actually could see you saying. See, the thing is I actually saw the last day back in my teen years, 15, 16 years old, In 2006, which would have been around the time it was 2 years that me and her were together. The last day that I wrote into there, before all the rest of the pages were blank, was the day that happened. The day it seems she just stopped talking to me. She stopped sending mail down south since she was living up north. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I always talk about what's going on with me. I always do that. That's one thing you've always loved about your man. I've always done that. And it hurt me badly. It just reopened the scar that the wound that the scar had on my heart. It just reopened it. So I've been, in a sense, bleeding since I reopened that freaking entry, forgetting that I even did it. I mean, you know, when I touch stuff, I can bring myself back to the moment. I can actually bring myself back to the moment I can see through the eyes of the, maybe for example, a picture. I can see through the eyes of a picture, what I'm thinking and everything. You'd be surprised how well I'm good at that, because it's just like a natural talent of mine. Obviously, you know, it's part of also my psychic situation too. But, anyway, sweetheart, yeah. I've been hurting since then on that whole situation. Sweetheart, I'm going to tell you something about me, and you just have to accept it. You just have to. I mean, I move on from all my exes and all that stuff. I do. I really do move on from them. The one thing you have to understand, though, is they will always have a piece of them within me. Because I am anything I ever loved, anything I've ever been around, I attach to it. When I attach to it, it comes to a part of my heart. That's the reason my heart's such a golden, go-lucky, happy, blissful type of person I am. Where I can make you smile anytime I want. It's because I do everything with such passion that it's really just who I am. But yeah, sweetheart, I'm gonna work up the nerve to actually show you everything from her. I'm actually gonna do it. I kept it because I didn't know if I was ever gonna see her again. She was my very first true love. Before she ran away, or not ran away, it's more like she fucking, like I said, she just stopped talking to me. And then years later, she ended up running into me again before I met you, back when I was working at Little Caesars. She was coming down the damn street. She had her hand like this, as if she was trying to hide her face. But me knowing myself, master of stealth, she's not going to hide herself from me. I could tell it was her right away. And she's blushing as if she never got over me, because I'm always going to be a part of her. But the thing that you have to understand, and you have to accept that there, I'm always going to have a piece of anyone I've ever been with me. I'm always going to. I might moved on from them, but I'll also have a piece of them with me. I always will. It's just part of who I am. And me being a realist, I'm going to tell you that straight open. But don't mistake that as if I could go back to any other person, because the truth is I couldn't. I did move on from those people. But if I do see something from them, I might get emotional. Just because I'm passionate, sentimental that way. It's not that I still love them. It's just that I might miss who they were before they betrayed me, is what it is. And the thing is that I understand that they betrayed me, so that means they weren't the one. I understand that, sweetheart. And I know you won't betray me. You've messed up a lot on me, but you never betray me. That's one thing that I don't even want to get into that fucking day. I don't want to get into that day, but you know what? You're my woman. You're the one for me and everything. I'm going to. I'm supposed to be happy and everything else right now, but I have to get this off my chest. The day I found in that freaking journal about her leaving, she said something exactly what you would say. This is the reason why I always feared it from you. Because I've loved no one nearly as much as I love you. truly do worship you. You've always noticed it. That's the reason I'm even able to open up on even the most touchy subjects with you. Because I feel comfortable to do it. You're the only one I will do it with. That I expect to understand me. Hell, you wouldn't do it freaking with Daniel if you weren't comfortable with me, obviously. So exactly, sweetheart. But yeah, that same day I had memory of what she said to me. She said she would never change. She would be the woman I always wanted her to be. She changed on me. That's why I am always so harsh on you. If you ever leave me, betray me, whatever, you're always gonna be a part of me too. You're gonna be. You'll probably kill half of me, actually, is what you'll do, because I know you're the one. You'll actually kill half of me, and I won't be able to live functional. I mean, I'll be able to probably survive, but I won't be able to function like I used to. I'll be a completely different person. As you know, you have the ability to change me, honey. I would be a lot quieter than I am now. And my mom knows I'm probably one of the most quiet people she knows. It's because I'm a critical thinker. I'm always thinking. I was looking at my freaking past lifetime memories. I seen when I was a baby. I seen when I was 1 and all the rest of that. Some of the pictures. It looks like I'm just looking off into space as if I'm just either daydreaming or I'm thinking critically. I've always been that way. It's just part of who I am. And that will obviously help us in the future. Me being one of them. But, anyways, now it's time to talk about us, sweetie. After 10 minutes of telling you what's going on with me. That's a good amount of time to tell you what's going on with me. Whew. And I will just say one last thing. Everything from that ex, I will show you it all. I'm not going to hide anything because there's nothing for me to hide. The only reason I'll keep it all is because she's my only other true love other than you. Even though she betrayed me. So really, I should stop calling her that. I really should. Okay, I'll call her this. She's my first love. My first love. Because I was really only infatuation when it came to Eliza, which I already told you was the one that abused me. Which was really the first one I was supposed to be a girlfriend. But that was just infatuation. So yes, Sandy was my first love. Cut that off now. Time to talk about us. Since I'm trying to focus for you, honey. Alright, now what I want to let you know now is that, it's going on 2 years. Tomorrow will be 2 years. So this video is for tomorrow. We've had a lot of ups and downs, even within this year. Obviously, the first year we had tons too. You were giving me hell throughout both years. I was giving you hell too. I'll admit it, I was giving you hell too. But you've already admitted you actually adore my freaking, because you think it's adorable. You adore my stubbornness. So, even when I'm freaking stubborn, you think it's cute. You can't handle it, just think it's adorable. Which, maybe that's part of the reason why I'm still attracted to you even when you're sassy. Even though you know I don't like it when you're sassy, I still am attracted to it. The thing is I'll admit this now, honey. When you were being sassy before, I'm gonna admit this now. When you were being sassy before, what was going through my mind, as it probably would not be surprising to you, the thing that was going through my mind, dirty thoughts. You were angering me and making me want to take the anger out on you sexually. So I'll admit that, dear. I'll admit that. But yeah. So yeah, I'm one of those kind of men where I'm not. I'll have to admit I get that way. I'll start thinking sexual thoughts to take out the fucking stress in a more better way. But yes, sweetheart, I have to finish this video for you. Other than that stuff, we've had a lot of ups and downs. I think our love has actually gotten stronger, even with all these ups and downs. I really believe it has gotten stronger. I mean, you get emotional. I think that's one of the things I'm still trying to adjust to, is you get emotional every single time on your time of the month. You do get emotional. As you can tell, I'm pretty wide awake. Truth is, I only had like a few hours of sleep yesterday. Because my father, he helped move everything, and he didn't even have the decency to let me sleep on my new bed. Yes, I have a new bed because the other one, me and my spiritual brother, Ricky, trashed it. Because he would bounce on it like crazy, and some of the stuff we do in my freaking room are crazy. Me and him would be wrestling around and crap, and yeah, crazy stuff. But, anyways, yeah, darling, I, must admit, being with you really has been a blessing. It has been. I'm gonna go deeper this year than I did last year, because I was so bombarded with so many freaking thoughts. I couldn't think of straight focus on us as I wanted to. And now I'm gonna try to do it for this year. Like I said, being with you has been a blessing. It really has. Thinking about all this time we've been together, tomorrow being 2 years. I mean, I think about all the fights we had and what they were about, and how easily it was to resolve them and such, as we did resolve them over time. But I think about all that stuff, and I think about all the good times we had. I think about the times I had to be strong for you. There still will be times you'll probably have to be strong for me too. You haven't had to do that as much, pretty much through the entire relationship. You haven't had to do it yet. But even though I am your rock, sooner or later this rock will chip. And when it chips, you're going to end up having to be the strong one out of us two too. Because that's one secret I did see from, there was some older woman. I saw some posts on Facebook from some older woman that I guess was married to some other guy for like a lot of years. And she gave out another one of the, since obviously there's a lot of secrets to marriage, she gave another secret that she said was part of a marriage surviving is both individuals in the relationship or in the marriage, both individuals in the marriage, both of them have to take turns of being the strong one. Because if one feels like it's dragging on and on and on and on, of them having to be the strong one, they're going to wonder if the other one's ever going to lift them up. She's actually right. That is true. I have actually felt that way at times. I'll admit it. I have felt that way at times. But I'm so strong-willed, as you know. You've already admitted my will seems to be stronger than yours. You've already admitted it. It's part of my mom and my dad. If you know how strong-willed they both are, you would understand why I'm as strong-willed as I am. But, anyways, with that being said, you're going to end up sometime in the future, you're going to have to finally take the turn of being the stronger one for us. Stronger one to lead us forward, get us out of the hard time that I might be going through maybe, or you might be going through. See, the thing is, you did do it one other time I can think of right now, which is the time when I've had my trial. Which, honestly, I've actually had 2 trials. One when I was 15, 16 years old, back in my troublemaking years with you-know-who. And I had also another one, as you already know that one, because you were with me for that time. But yes, sweetheart, I will admit there was one time you did do it. But ever since that one time, you've never did it again. And there has been times I probably could have had it. It would have been nice to have. But you just get so emotional to where it forced me to be the only one to be strong. And yeah, it just got uncomfortable that I would have to keep on doing it. I'm just being honest. So this way we know how to improve our relationship to perfection. Because the thing about us being soulmates that makes us special because we're soulmates is that if we can discuss the specific things that we can work on to make us stronger, that thing that they say is impossible to get, a perfect relationship doesn't exist. I say your male twin flame soulmate, he says, I say that it is possible. It's possible with cooperation, communication, and dedication. That's what I say. It's really possible with that. If we have that, we can go on as long as we need to with it. And we won't have to worry about any consequences of it at all. I'm confident in that, honey. I'm confident that that's really what it is. That's the reason why I'm telling you. Soon in the future, you're going to have to do that because there's only so long I can handle being the strong one all the time. Because I've done it every time. And you've had plenty of times I've had to do it compared to my one. But, yeah. Other than that, what else is there to say? These videos are meant to be long when they're talking about our anniversary and such. Besides them hardships and tribulations and times where we were in strife and we needed to stick together, we've also had blissful times where we'd be both laughing just because we're happy to be talking to each other. We would get literally that happy, which is, I consider that being called bliss. I really do. That's considered bliss. We could just be talking to each other or we just see each other and we're laughing just by seeing each other how happy we are. It's like us both walking into a candy store. We're both freaking candy holics or something, and we just want to take the entire candy store with us. It's like that kind of happiness. And the thing is we're a couple walking in the candy store, so exactly there. It's bliss for us both being inside. That's what it's like. I can always give pretty good analogies, I have to admit. Me being the detailed one, as you know. But yeah, that's what it's like. We can really get that happy. And I don't think there's any other more happier than we can get than that. I really don't think it is. Because the lift of the mood when we get that happy, I literally think that I can't get any happier than I am. I actually do feel that way when I get to that point where I'm just laughing. Just laughing because I'm so happy to see you or be talking to you. Just so happy. But, yeah, sweetie, I, must say one other thing. When I show you everything, as I'm way open with you, which means when we are together, you're not gonna hide anything, even, physical things, you're not gonna hide things either. I'm gonna show you all my ex stuff, I'm not gonna hide anything. Like I said, I'm that type of honest guy where I would actually tell you, if someone messaged me or gave me a text on my message, I'd ask you to read it off for me. I'm that type of guy. I'm that rare Jim. The type of one where you can actually turn your back to me and you won't have to worry about your back being exposed as if I'm a backstabber. Like I said, and you said it about yourself too, we both are that way. We've both only been backstabbed. We've never ever backstabbed anyone else. We never ever have backstabbed anyone else. Since neither of us has backstabbed anyone, we've always been the one to be backstabbed. That's a symbol there, dearly. That's a symbol. If we're soulmates as we are, twin flame soulmates as we are, and we're ones who never ever backstab anyone, but we've always been backstabbed. Doesn't that sound like we're gonna be together forever? Because neither of us is ever gonna ever even think of the nerve to do it. I think the reason why you will never do it is, yes, besides your attachment to me, besides that, I think it's also because of how emotional you get when you think about losing me. You get so emotional. I've never met a woman like you. I mean, I've never met a woman that is as attached to me as you are. So when you said that when you meet me and I cling to you and you cling to me, you said that there will never be another ever more clingy woman to me than you. It's true. I do not deny that. I see it clearly, darling. I see it clearly. I do. I see it clearly. So when you are with me in person, I already told you I welcome the clinginess. I actually do welcome it. Because every other woman I've ever been with, whether it was physical or, as I told you, I only had 2 girlfriends. I've actually been with physical. One I had sex with, the other one I never did. Anyways, as you already know what one I had sex with. Like I said, darling, I welcome it. Because the one ingredient, besides all the selflessness and all the rest of those traits that everyone else was missing, was the clinginess. I actually like it when a woman clings on to me. They can't stop thinking about me every second of a day. They can't stop wanting to text me just to say hi to me. Even if it makes them look like a fool, they're happy with it anyways because it makes them happy if I answer back. That's my kind of woman, and I know you're her. I can sense it. You're her. You're the ideal woman I've been wanting forever. You're her. Because I can already tell from every single time I watch your videos or I read your notes or anything, even from your actual writing. By me holding the paper, remember, darling, I can go back into memories. I probably could even go into your own eyes when you're writing it down. So yes, darling, I can actually think of what you're writing, what you're saying, and all that, and how giggly you are as you're writing it all down, all happily. Yeah. So that's the thing, dear. Whenever I touch stuff, I have memories of it instantly. That's along the psychic level stuff, just like other psychic things I have. But I think that's called a medium. I think that does that. A medium, if I'm correct. You can correct me on that, darling, since you know the correct terms and all that stuff and such. But anyways, I'm trying to make this a half an hour since you deserve it. Yeah, dear. I have to say though, when we're together, please, I am not joking. When you're being able to touch me and everything else, do not deny on the thought of doing it. Do not resist it. If you want to hold me, do it. Do not hold back, darling. You said you'd never hold back around me. I mean it. Don't hold back. You want to kiss me? Touch my face. Slowly sway it one towards your lips to let me know you want me to kiss you. And don't worry about me refusing. I will never refuse. That's one thing about your man. I will never refuse affection. I will never refuse it. The reason I never will refuse it is because this man here, your man, he craves affection all the time from his woman. All the time. To the point, I have an endless hunger for it. Which means, even if you were, let's say, I'll give you an example, as I'm good at that, as you notice. Let's say you were been able to spend 7 full days and nights with me. Never ever having to deal with your mom really much at all. You got to stay around, even sleep in the same bed with me all 7 nights. The very first 5 minutes of the next day where you weren't able to do that anymore, instantly, I would want that all over. I would want all that affection you were able to give me. Instantly. I would hunger for it right away. So that's the reason why I warned you about that, dear. Yeah! Okay. Alright, dear. Well, I'm gonna now end this one. I love, adore, and worship you, my blessed and clean. Good night, my love, and happy anniversary, honey. And I hope you enjoy the video, sweetie.